a very, very good friend of mine who comes to this parish all the time. She told me about the healing, and I said, well, I don't need any healing. I've got a bit of arthritis and things, but she said, you have got a wounded soul.
You need healing, don't you? Don't you? God's speaking, you've got pain. God's speaking right there.
Came this morning, and but my mind, must have been my mind, I know now it may be Satan or whatever, really wouldn't allow me to stay. I couldn't stay until the healing, I had to leave before the healing started. I was breaking out in sweats and coughing fits and couldn't, it was just terrible. And I left and I went back home, and so I rang Edna after that, and she said, well, a lot of healing went on, and I just couldn't believe it, because I left because I thought, oh, there's nothing going to happen here anyway. She said, so she told me what had happened this morning, and I said, okay, I'm coming back tonight, and I'm going to sit in there, and I'm going to have coughing fits, and I'm going to make everybody wish that I'm not going to sit near her because she's got germs and what have you, but I'm going to stay, and I did, and I just can't believe what happened.
Just come out here. You need healing, don't you? Don't you?
He said, you need healing, don't you? And I just said, yes, and I realized then, yes, I did. It wasn't so much my arthritis or other little things, but I had been shutting out God, and certainly Jesus. Jesus was a bad name. Isn't it sad? I've been living out in the cold and in the dark, and I can see that now. I remember John putting his hand on my forehead, and I remember just being compelled just to let it go. And then I just overcame with utter total weakness, and my legs were like jelly.
Free, 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 free. Free! We command us to leave her body now. Set her free. In the name of Jesus Christ, will never be healed now.
I remember being on the floor, and I remember all this warmth around my head and around my heart, and it just felt beautiful. And I just lay there, just soaking it up.
Just help her up. Excuse me. Walk along. How you feeling? How you feeling? How you feeling? What's happened to you? What's happened to you? Where's the pain? Where is it?
It's gone.
It's gone. Give your hand, come on. Come on.
I don't remember much, I remember sensations, confusion, disbelief, and then I just let it go. I just let it all go.
It was there all the time.
For how long?
I can remember.
How many years? Since you're a child?
Yes.
All your life? And that's all gone?
Yes.
Things were happening that my mind could not understand. I was not in control, because something is happening that just let it happen.
I never seen you before, but God began to speak to me. But you're pain your body. I actually didn't know.
Yes.
I've never seen you before. But God knows you.
You went down a couple of times. John prayed over you again. And
A couple of times?
well, at least a couple more times. That's all right. Like that. Do you remember anything?
Really? Yes, then I was on the floor again. I hadn't realized I had gotten up in between.
Touch this woman tonight. The same power. Because he's the same Jesus.
Some of the words that John was saying while I was on the ground really, really hit me hard. And one of them was, Jesus has a plan for you. And that is something I have been grappling with, all my life, really. don't know whether I've mentioned this before, but I was brought up in a very strict Catholic upbringing in Europe. And what the church taught me, what I heard the church was saying, was that I was bad and I was a sinner, and years after that, things just didn't make sense, and I turned my back totally to God, as well as particularly Jesus. Years after that, yes, God came back into my life, and I turned to spirituality and Jesus. Yeah. And I can see now a lot more clearly that it wasn't God that has caused confusion in my mind. And I need to look at things from a believing point of view.
I always like to see the look of shock in their faces when God touches them. Isn't that amazing, mate?
It certainly is.
And He loves you and He has a plan for your life. Let's help us lay down.
Been suffering from very, very swollen and sore wrists because of arthritis, which I've had for 30 years.
My mind was always lost.
Yeah.
And I was
So
wounded.
how do you feel now?
There's warmth.
Is it hard to believe?
Yes.
Is it wonderful seeing how God touches you? Come on, sir.
And all of a sudden I realized that pain wasn't there anymore.
Physically, I do have. Wow. Oh, wow.
Well, this is awesome. Where is it?
I've had arthritis for 30 years. In my
Where is it now?
My wrists.
Where is it now?
They were always painful. They were always.
Well, where's it now?
I don't know.
Is God good?
And now, I've got strength in it, and the swellings are gone, and it was just unbelievable. And when I realized that that's what had happened, I just, well, I had to believe, didn't I? I had to believe. Even my stubborn mind had to believe.
See, God not only touch you physically, but emotionally. To reach down and touch Jesus. The Bible says He's the same yesterday, today, and forever.
Later on, when John was doing the communal healing, I had also had very sore, very dry eyes, particularly bright light. Like, look at me, looking at him. Bright light like this, I couldn't look at them, and they were runny and very, very sore, on and off. And when he did the communal healing, I put my hands over my eyes, and there's no pain. I was just gobsmacked. I was just, wow. And it just, so my mind said, well, so maybe it wasn't a fluke. That other thing wasn't a fluke, then was it? It's happening again. So that is just mind-shattering is the word. It is shattering my mind. My mind is now trusting and being able to let go, knowing that, yes, there is purpose why I'm here, and it will come clear to me. It will be made clear to me. I just have to keep my faith now. And, yeah, I agree. It was fantastic. Fantastic.